one, John.
Good evening, folks. Thanks for coming in. Hope you're all safe and well. And we are welcoming back tonight. Now, we've not seen this guy for quite some time because he's been in hiding and he's no well, bless him. He thinks he's about to. See what I mean? There you go. I'm going to get this rang at I can't even see it. BFR, Paranormal founder. BF Paranormal founder, no BFR. What am I talking about? And
Only three letters.
I don't know, going the right way around, but and the brains behind the Proud to be Paranormal event, Barry Frankish. We Barry's back with us.
Hello.
How are we? I'm not going to ask how you are because you're not well. You've got the plague.
I've got a plague. Yeah, confirmed.
Or the man flu, which, as I said, is a recognised condition.
Definitely a plague. Red cross on front door.
Right, that's fine then. Just don't pop up. Well, you might pop off during the show, that's fine. So we've not Barry on for a while. I hope tonight we don't have any tech issues. Last night, Barry, we had Debbie Eisen on, and I don't know, there was quite strong winds up here yesterday, but we just kept disappearing off the screen, and then I would disappear or I would freeze. So it was a wee bit of a pain in the neck. So I'm hoping that tonight's one goes okay.
Well, today's weather down here has been quite nice, actually. It's been quite a nice day.
Well, it was scorching here, believe it or not, even though we are in Scotland, it was scorching. And then about half four, I looked to the window and it was hailstones. And you just heard this noise. I thought it was one of the cats, maybe. And
yesterday it was peanut down here. Now it's sunny. Can't make its mind up.
You just can't plan sod all. You know what I mean? Anyway, how we doing, Barry? Been a while. Too long.
Apart from the Black Death, I'm fine, thank you.
Right, we all know you're not well. Okay. You don't need to milk it. See, I'm developing a wee bit of cough as well.
You've got a computer virus.
See, you started with hi, Doc, the Phantom Seekers. You started with Phantom Seekers Paranormal. You started me after enough. Right. So, tonight we're going to talk about the Proud to be. It's a general catch up, actually, but I want to talk about Proud to be Paranormal and your all things paranormal. If you last that long, that is.
Well, I've got a spitball somewhere around here. We can use that. There we go. In case Wi-Fi packs in, we'll start using this.
Aye, we can do that. Or we can sign language or something. There's our lovely Laura in. Just as well, she says hello. Good evening,
Hi.
Barry.
Hello.
Just as well, she added that second wee bit in. A couple of the comments last night where it was nice to chat. To see you, Debbie. Nice to chat with you, Debbie. There was no mention of me. I had to bring it up and remind them that I was actually here.
You're just need to press buttons.
I think so, I'm just the eye candy, that's what it is.
That's what it is, isn't it?
that's what I always tell myself.
You look like a big jelly baby.
I don't know what it is. But see, last year we got a new webcam, and since then I've never been able to get the lighting right. I don't know what the hell it is. It's just been before with the old webcam that went on the blink.
Yeah,
the lighting was fine. This one, I don't know. I mean, I'm still quite, good looking if I go that way. Sort of for a distance if I cover the camera. Other than that,
I just like I've got jaw and it's not that yellow.
Are you looking a bit on the yellow side, aye? You feel right?
Homer Simpson.
I will watch this. I've not watched the Simpsons. You're saying Tayami, they were watching Simpsons. I was never a big fan of the Simpsons. Don't know what it is. I just couldn't take it. Know what I mean? No, I practically see it. Well, that is true. It was so on the day. So anyway, proud to be paranormal.
Yes.
Now I am the Scottish ambassador, which I tell people. You know,
which is brilliant.
very important title.
Very important. Very important.
Tell, I know about it. So tell us about it. What kind of started off? What gave you this idea for it?
Oh, this year's the third. It's his third birthday. Will be the 26th of July, which is the official Worldwide Paranormal T-shirt day. And it started off as like an incentive, really. It's I started it quite short notice, and the first year I did it was obviously 3 years back, and it got so much response from it. And basically, what I wanted to do is be proud of what you are and what you do. And I thought, what's the best way to do that? Because I mean, with paranormal, as you know, everyone sometimes gets a little bit of stick from it, and people say it's a lot of bull and it's a lot of this and that and other. But there's a lot of people involved in the field, and there's some brilliant people out there. And I thought, what way can you? And I thought, t-shirts. A t-shirt, you can put anything on a t-shirt, and it doesn't matter if it's a picture, a logo, whatever, writing, anything. And I thought, everyone's got a t-shirt, and I thought, Paranormal T-shirt day. Let's have a Paranormal T-shirt day. And I got it in. I got it out. Hashtag proud to be paranormal. Get on social media, and the response was absolutely phenomenal. I thought I'd give it a couple of months' notice to begin with, and the day it happened, it was absolutely phenomenal. So I did last year's as well, and each year we'll be an associated charity as well. The first year was an anti-bullying charity. Last year was Royal British Legion, and this year I am in talks with a charity, but I'm not going to say who it is just yet because it's not been quite confirmed.
Keep it under your hat if you were wearing one.
Yes, but what I'm doing this year again is the same, but different, if that makes any sense. Still proud to be paranormal, still Worldwide Paranormal T-shirt day, but I'm recruiting ambassadors and regional champions. For like I said, you are ambassador for Scotland. I'm looking at other countries. I've got Japan. I've got the United States. A few other countries involved yet, but I still need more countries and more regions, not just countries, but the regions as well. So if you're representing a country, you become an ambassador. If you're representing a region, you become a champion. And what that does, that then, it's your responsibility, if you take it on yourself, is to promote Proud to be Paranormal and get more people involved with it as well as possible.
I've been trying to spread the word around. Eileen's asking, where can you get this year's badge?
I've got a collection of this year's badges. I've got a selection at the moment, but until the charity's confirmed, they're not being released just yet.
So you just need to bide your time, Eileen, though, and wait. You tell people, let's be honest, hear you shouting it for the rooftops. Even I have to address Scott with his proper title, Scottish. Quite rightly so. I mean, and I'm going to keep plugging it and reminding people of my prestigious title.
Just remember to tell people, be proud of who you are and what you do.
Because as you say, but there is a lot of people in the paranormal get a lot of stick.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, as we've said many, many times, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You don't have to agree with it, you know, but we tend to get a lot of stick. People think we're something mentally unstable about us. I don't know what it is, but they think it's a load of baloney, basically, you know. But what surprised me is, particularly in the last year or two, the amount of people who are actually into the paranormal but don't talk about it.
Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah.
They don't, you know, I've met 3 or 4 people and they say, oh, you know, what's your T-shirt or whatever, and they say, oh, I'm right into the paranormal. Like TikTok, I've had some people message me on TikTok because your TikTok's paranormal history. And they'll say, you know, you do paranormal. You say, oh, I love that kind of stuff, you know. And it's just normal, you see, it's normal people, but they don't belong to any groups or anything like that, because I think they're kind of worried about the stigma that goes with it.
I think you're right there, because people are very reluctant to come forward. And I don't think it's just because they're a bit dubious about telling a story, but the reaction we get from people, they don't understand what reaction people will. If you say, for example, you go to a stranger in the street and tell them stories about what you've experienced, they might think you're a total fruit bat and not understand it. But when it comes to like someone within the field already, and it's more, they become more become more of a reliable witness, really, because you can then follow it up as well, because you've got the experience, you've got the, and you know how to actually be able to follow something like that up and look into history. And like you said, paranormal and history go well together.
Exactly. So you see behind there.
Yeah.
Eileen saying I have to do 6 picks with different team shirts. As I'll give it, you've got Barry, you gave it to me.
It's funny, I'm not coughed since I've been on.
Days are definitely numbered. I have to do 6 picks for different team shirts. It's like the cup final exchange of tops. But and it's amazing the amount of people that once you start talking to them, say, well, do you know what? Something weird happened in my house, or I seen something weird outside that I can't explain it. And it's amazing how many people actually do have a paranormal experience, rather than sort of maybe think maybe that's paranormal or whatever, maybe it's a ghost. They'll shirk it away and forget about it.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
That's right. Like I said, people. I mean, plus as well, the experiences may or may not be paranormal anyhow. But it's good to be able to come forward and talk to you with an experience we've just had.
Aye, to share experience. I mean, we've all had some kind of experience. You know, and you know yourself, Barry. Once you start investigating and you know and about and stuff like that, you have more experiences.
I've had a few over the years. Yes, some really weird ones as well. And there's one in particular I wrote in my book, and to this very day, I cannot fathom out what I experienced. And I know what I saw, but I believe now what happens is you experience some, because you imagine a human being only uses 5% of its brain. I mean, we've got a noggin full of brain power in there, but we only use 5% of it. And so what happens is we're experiencing something our brain cannot comprehend, so it puts it into a format we can recognise.
Aye, and like your house a few weekends ago, things falling, the microwave was going on. We went away 2 weekends ago, I think, to Sarah Ray and the little one. We went away to Inverness for the weekend, and Laura was staying here. And now we're in a new build. We've been in here about, this house is about I was going to say an hour and a half, a year and a half old. Not an hour and a half old. And Laura was telling us on the Saturday that we've got an open plan. Our living room goes into our kitchen. It's just one big room, basically. But, you know, Laura and her daughter were sitting watching TV, and they could hear, like, cutlery getting washed in the kitchen. Yeah. And the microwave pinged, and there was, you could see lights in the hall. The lights in the hall, I put down, we've got security camera lights all around the carport, and the cats are setting them off all the time. So I said, well, that's probably the lights in the hall were coming in. But Laura says a couple of things happened. But I think it must have been Laura, because nothing's happened to us, so she must, somebody might be following her about.
I got on to microwave.
No, we had things happen in our old house, but whoever it was never followed us here. Touch wood. I mean, that's about a year and a half we've been in here, and we've no had we had nothing basically. I feel it's amazing how people open up once they start, can't get them to shut up. That is true, but I think it's that initial getting it out, you know, taking the first jump, whatever you want to call it. You see, well, I mentioned it, well, I no mention it. And when the day mentioned if they mention it to somebody says, "Oh, right, tell us," man, then they can just, I think they're wanting to get it out, but they're kind of holding back a wee bit. You know what I mean?
I think it's that uncertainty. We don't know the reaction we're going to get. Because I mean, you talk to somebody about something you're not sure about. I mean, like in general, everyone's good at a subject or some kind, so they know what they're talking about. But when it comes to the paranormal stuff, they're not sure what they're experiencing, and they're trying to tell somebody else who doesn't know what they're talking about as well. That's where the cross wires come into play. Where someone who's been dealing with this for many years, they've got more bit of an idea, and they can relate to it as well. I mean, more sympathetic towards their experiences.
Mm-hmm. And you know, to Laura's saying we're going to do S's method on me. I'm deaf anyway to see if it is me or if I have a follower. We'll find out one way or t'other. Oh, there's wee Tracy, Carrot Tracy. She's in.
Good evening.
I'm on with Tracy tomorrow night. We are covering the first two of Henry VIII's wives.
Oh yeah.
So that's tomorrow night. It's what were you saying there? I done this last night with Debbie. We lost track a couple of times we were talking. I think it is that initial just getting out there. It's like jumping into a swimming pool. You don't know how cold that water is until you jump into it.
That's true. I don't know how deep it is.
Or how deep it is, unless it's getting big signs up and do not jump in here. And it's quite but I think the paranormal in the last, I'd say about 15 years has came more out.
Oh, it has. It has become more. I think what's happened as well, it's become more of a. I mean, in its early days, we just mentioned prior to the coming on to the show, a certain TV program, and it did open a lot of doors for people, the paranormal in particular. So it did have a good effect. Maybe it's intentional, maybe not. I mean, we don't know. But that particular program opened the paranormal world up to a lot of people on normal TV. So people have carried on with it, and it's rolled over. And thing is, the difference is now, difference is that everyone does the same thing. So it's become oversaturated, I believe. So it can be, it was good, but it's come forward, but it can be spot by too much.
I think we spoke about this that video call we had the other week there about the kind of oversaturation. Yeah. It just seems everybody gets into it.
Yeah.
And they just overdo it. It's like all these locations, no doubt you're the same, Barry. You go to these big locations and people get nothing. Yeah, and I've seen it time and time again. Maybe spirits are just fed up. What we've found, and what your opinion on this, is if you go to an unknown location, whether it be a wee churchyard or whatever, you tend to get activity of some kind. We've done like Loudon, Caldwell, places like that up here that weren't investigated all that much. We went to, and we turned out to be quite lucky at these locations. I think it's a case of there's been spirits there and nobody's wanted to talk to them.
Maybe if there is something there, they don't want to talk, or maybe they don't know. I mean, we look at it from both sides, but we try to contact them left, right, and centre. But maybe it's the same for them. Maybe they're trying, but we don't know how to do it.
Possibly, aye.
There's a lot of people. I mean, I did a poem a few years back, and I looked at the spirit's perspective, and I mean, you imagine you're on a location, and you just can't get through to anybody. It's going to be frustrating. And so I'll look at it from, like I said, the spirit's point of view. I don't like calling them spirits, to be honest with you, but it does come out quite easy on the tongue. But so we try our best to contact them, and we're not getting anywhere fast, really, to be honest with you. It's all the same stuff. It's all repetitive, and we're not doing anything new. But maybe on the other side of it, the flip side of a coin, the paranormal is the other side of it, where they're trying to contact us in a similar way, and they just don't know how to do it either. We haven't found that little gate.
Aye, they've not found that opening, kind of. Yeah, right, I want to say hello, or maybe the other case is they weren't the people in this life, and they're the same in the other life. But just get back to what we were saying about that initial TV program, which I'm sure everyone know who we're talking about anyway. It did kind of open the floodgates, and I was a fan at the start of it.
I think we all watched it, yeah. We all did.
I must have been, I don't know, in my 20s, maybe, when it first came out. I'm not giving away my age, but roughly about 20. And the paranormal was kind of new to me, I love my horror films and all the rest of it. Yeah. But when it came to the paranormal, I was a kind of novice sort of thing. No, I'm an expert or sort of new, but And so you're watching this programme and they're doing all these bits and pieces, and you get drawn in. And I think other people notice this and thought, you know, maybe a wee bit of money to be made here or whatever, a wee bit of fame here, and they kind of jumped on the bandwagon as well.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, for us as well, it was quite clever for its early days because it was basic. All we had was camcorders, and that was basically it. And there were no fancy overrated gadgets because I personally don't believe the gadgets work. I mean, it's all you stick a ghost picture on something, you put 50 quid on it, people buy it, and we're getting hoodwinked into buying something what's already on the market as something else.
Yeah, I'll put these two comments up there. I'll come back to that. Thing is, we always investigate and say what each piece of equipment is and what it does, and it's not harmful to spirit. If you go near such and such, it will light up, make a noise. Some cases are done to death. Excuse the pun, jaded, and if spirits is there, they are well fed up and scuppered. Not the comments are true. We don't use a lot of gadgets. Because you know your selling prices of some of them are just ridiculous. You know,
there's nothing on the market out there today is designed specifically to detect a ghost or a spirit. Because how can you detect something you don't know what base elements are made from? Everything is designed for something else.
How do you know how you pick it up? We use the K2, your couple of rain pods, cat balls, your basic kind of stuff. You know, and something that annoys me is when you get teams that investigate, no disrespect them, but just Laura was saying there, they'll come out and they say, right, we have a SLS camera here, and if there is somebody there spirit-wise, we don't have a clue what a camera is.
No, it's not the SLS camera as well. It's all, I mean, I love photography myself, but the SLS, we used one at Gresley Old Hall last year, it was. In the attic room up there's like an opening for the loft hatch. And there's a couple of joists at a particular angle, and the camera was pointing up to it, and it looked like it was mapping a person, which you see straight away it wasn't a person. But I think it's a bit like pareidolia, but it's technologically that pareidolia because the camera's seeing something what's not there.
We don't use the SLS cameras or anything like that. We're the same as I use the basic best kit. As yourself learn to listen. Exactly. And see, we use the basic because, in my opinion, spirit doesn't give a toss whether you've got a £400 camera or a 30p ping pong ball.
Yeah, exactly. I think as well, it's, because if anything, a perfect example of this as well, like besides just mentioning photography, I love photography. And you tend to find you can spend $1,000 on a decent camera and not get anything. All these books, what people are like behind me, for example, all spirit ghost books and everything, all the pictures of alleged ghosts in those books have all been taken on a normal point and shoot camera where they've not been expected. Nothing fancy, 10 quid off a shop shelf. And half of the people don't even know the stats on at the time. It's only when we look through all the stats later on, oh, what's this? This is unusual. And you tend to find the people who've got out searches specifically for paranormal pictures don't get them.
No, I think that you get. I mean, we use our phones to take photographs. You know, I'm getting there. Sarah quite good, Laura is as well. I'm getting there with the photograph. You know, they're getting better. I'm not cutting people's heads off so much these days and stuff like that. I mean,
I tend to find as well digital cameras. They're all well and good, but they are too sensitive. I mean, like mobile phone cameras and stuff. They are good at what they do, but they are becoming too sensitive. I think you're best if you're looking for spirit photography, use a 35mm camera with film. And if you got it with all 35mm, as you know, you get when you get a photograph, you get raw negatives. If it's on that photograph, if it's on that negative, that's brilliant evidence. Whatever's on that photograph, it was a solid form when it was taken.
You see, Tracy saying the best kit is your body. It's, you know, I totally agree with that. We've had some cracking photos. No doubt you have you know, since we started, and they're accidental.
Yes, yeah.
You know, you're not going to purposely photograph spirit, or hopefully you're just going to. Because I do a lot of TikToks, and So you're just going to snapping photographs, and we have had quite a few photographs where the we've seen something in it. No saying it's paranormal, but there's something in it. A face could be, the weirdest one we've ever had. I'll cover Laura's comment. We said the weirdest photograph we've ever took. I took it on my phone. It was a couple of years ago at Loudon Kirk, and there was about 8 or 10 years. There was a crowd is there, and it was of a Celtic cross, a head. We thought it was a headstone. It turns out it's not a headstone. It was part of a headstone that broke and they'd stuck it in the ground. But I took a photo of this headstone, and there was a little girl peeking out the side of it, black hair, white dressy thing on, and everybody's seen this photograph at the same time, and everybody's seen the wee girl.
Yeah.
When I went home that night, you sit and you're scrolling through your photographs again. I go to that photograph, and she was gone. Now, Laura's in the chat. Sarah's big thing. Everybody's seen this picture at the same time, because I was like, what the hell is that? So everybody gathered round, and they all saw it. And then later on that night, that wee lassie's gone. How can she be gone? And I've spoken to a couple of people about it, and they can't explain it. So, and it'd be different. I could understand if it was just me that's seen it. And you say, I definitely seen. But as I say, there was about 8 or 10. Everybody saw it at the same time, and I didn't tell them what they were looking at. They all pointed it out for themselves individually.
Yeah, that's right. That is unusual.
And after we thought that was hell of a weird, unexplained. We did an experiment going in Abbey. I had headphones on. Scott, it was something we tried out. We did it. Long story short, Laura had a set of headphones on, and it was Laura's deaf, and it was a listening device they call it. It was I'll call that a Walkman. Used to annoy her, mind you, when I say it was a Walkman. It was a microphone, a wee set of headphones. So we went to go in Abbey, and we put Laura in the corner. Not because she was bad or anything, but it was the best place for her to stand. And I stood on the other side, and we'd done it as a live, and I had a whiteboard, and I said to the people in the chat, right, I want you to tell me what you want me to write on this board. And I think it was a circle. Somebody said, so I put a circle. And then I says, right, Spirit, if you're here, can you tell me what I put? I didn't say what shape it is. I just, can you tell me what I put on this board? And I think it took a couple of minutes, but Laura was in the corner. She's like, circle. And there's no way she could have heard us. And we done it. We had 3 or 4 good results doing it that way. That's how it was. So I remember that was unbelievable. I still can't understand. There was 8 people there. I said they all saw the photograph, and the wee lassie disappeared. But no, I mean, just getting back, basic kit. I think you're better off with basic kit.
I do, yeah.
And
people overcomplicate things. That's a problem. I mean, what happens is nowadays. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind the gadgets. They can be used if used properly. They can be a good help. But people are relying too much on gadgets. I mean, the whole point of paranormal is you become the conduit, not the device in your hand. I mean, it's taking the work away from you. And does it make it any more credible? I don't think it does.
It doesn't. Tracy, Laura, and I was saying the best thing is yourself. We've all done investigations, and we've all been there, and we've all felt something or whatever that a camera can't feel.
Yeah.
I remember an investigation. I swore blind there was a guy standing right behind me. I could feel him standing there. But obviously, turning there's nobody there. But I said to him, I feel there's somebody standing right there. And that happened a couple of times. But you can't get that with a K2 or this fancy kit. And as Eileen pointed out, say you get a spirit for the 16th or 17th century and you've got all these flashing lights and all the rest of it, they're going to be off-ski. They're going to be witchcraft or something like that. They'll be that door or through the wall.
I don't even think we notice them.
How do you mean?
I mean, we're walking around with like gadgets and boxes and things that flash, and we're telling people to touch that, whatever, touch this, or can you do this? Another thing what annoys me as well, can you copy me? That's one of my annoying bugbears. I mean, any spirit say, can you copy this? And then knock on something, expecting a reply. That is, I mean, we're trying to contact something from like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19th century, and we've asked them to do like kids' party tricks, which they're going to think, fuck off. We're not doing that. I mean, if we're taking all the effort to try and get contact to each other, we need to be more we need to be more constructive how we ask for that response.
I totally get you. You know, usually you could get a gentleman, for 60, maybe was an important gentleman back then. He still is an important gentleman, in spirit, and you're asking him, can you knock times or something?
And and not to forget as well, a lot of people we're trying to contact. We're talking, and then just a few years back, we're talking to people who had respect drilled into them, and they understand the P's and Q's and how to mannerisms and things like that. And we're going into places asking them to try and antagonise them and throw things and stuff like this. They ain't going to respond to stuff like that.
No, it's the same idea as you'll get spirits who will talk to men but won't talk to women. Yeah. And I can't think who I was talking to about this, but if you maybe you get back to the 1600s, take Pendle, witch trials, women were meant to be seen, not heard.
Yeah.
The women weren't allowed to have a voice or anything. If you're contacting somebody for the 1600s, and it's like a male, then he's still that frame of mind. And he's not going to talk what I talk to. I don't talk to women. They're below me. I want to talk to a gentleman. But then saying that, it works the other way around.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done a few investigations, and the spirit whoever was there didn't want to talk to me, wanted to talk to the lassies.
Yeah.
I get bombed out, basically. Felt a wee bit upset and nobody wanted to talk to me. I mean, I'm an ambassador, Barry, you know what I'm saying?
I know you are. That's important. That's an important title as well.
We had a bit of a tell off from Spirit once as we didn't use their noble tech. See, that's similar to where we're going next month with Highland Parrot and Eileen's coming along as well. There's an individual there. If you don't use his title, then he'll not answer you. So you need to give him. He's for the 1800s. You have to give him his full name, his full respect. Then you'll get some kind. It might not be a big response, but you will get some kind of response from him. But if you don't use it, then
it's like the old parties you used to go to. There used to be a caller out on the door explaining, "This is Lord and Lady Watson Faces," and introducing people to the crowd in there. And it's a similar kind of thing to paranormal research. I think in a way you need to introduce yourself first in that manner of respect and show you are no better or worse than them.
No, we're all the same. I saw Mr. Dempsey scared the hell out of me when I did my own vigil. We came to an understanding. After that, I've been fine. It's a location we've done. A guy there, the girls, they would never get in the back of this cup cab. And one time I took Laura down and dumped her. Just left her and buggered her. I was in the car. I didn't go to Tesco or anything like that, As I was watching her on the live and I was, let's say, 10 seconds walk there, but actually I should have went to Tesco and done my shopping because Tesco just along the road. She would never have known. But after that, she said there's a wee chat with this individual and knew the girls would go down the back of this location, whereas before they would not, daytime or nighttime, they would not get near it. So I think there's that. You go to work on it, you go to build that respect, I think the paranormal, you need to have a lot of patience.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of it. Do we need to call it? Yes, you do, dear. You do. Any more correspondence, I'm expecting to see that, sir, at the start of it.
Or Your Majesty.
Or Your Grace. Something posh anyway. I'm from Glasgow, you. a posh title. So you're proud to be Paranormal. Have you saw a difference? That's obviously this is the third year I'll be running.
Yes, I have actually. Yes, I do. It's becoming, like I said, from year number 1 to year 3. It has got actually, it has got quite. It's rolling across now. People are using the hashtag more often as well. And it's not just like it's not like just a 1 year wonder type thing. I want it to carry on after I've gone. So whether to carry on, so when I pop it, I mean, I'm not going to be here forever. I want it to one of these things every year. I want the 26th, 27th of July to be. I'd love it to be a bank holiday, but
Definitely, I was patient's a strong bladder. Tracy's saying definitely a strong bladder. We'll get into that one. I think it's a brilliant idea because let's face it, Barry, there is a lot of divide in the paranormal. You know that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at a paranormal world. I mean, the paranormal world in general. I mean, there's two worlds there, but the physical world and the paranormal world. I'm trying to bring both together, but it's in doing so, I'm trying to unite. I don't want to use the word unity. I don't like using that word, but I want to bring people with a similar frame of mind together. And no matter where they live, whether it's in Mongolia, Russia, Sweden, Japan, Italy, it doesn't matter what your boundaries are. I mean, the paranormal world doesn't have boundaries or borders. It's all one place. That's how I want to. That's how I want to portray paranormal to be. It doesn't matter where you are or who you are. Your background's irrelevant. If you're paranormal related, you're welcome. Join us.
One thing, I agree. Too many egos. There's far too many egos around. In the paranormal. Something that really grinds my gears is when people turn around and say, and I've had a few of them say, we're the best team in Britain. We're the number one team in Britain. Yeah. I read a post by a team the other week there, and they were celebrating something, a year, together 2 years or something, and they were the people that have joined our team because they know we are the best team. And I think bollocks. There's no such thing as the best team.
I mean, what makes a group a best team? Is it the? I mean, I think personally, you get any team together. If the people work well together, you can be as good as anybody else.
Aye. To me, it's not about being the best team. It's about. Don't get me wrong. If we get a good result, see this cough you gave me. I'm telling you. I mean, don't get me wrong. If we go and we get and we get some good results, we get ourselves a wee pat in the back. So, well, that was a good wee night. I enjoy it. I still enjoy it, even if we get zero. But it doesn't make the best team. You can have a team that's there, been doing it 30 years, and then you've got a wee guy who's been there 2 weeks, and you go to the same location. But this wee guy gets a lot of conversation with Spirit. The team get diddly squat,
I think as well. Yeah, I think as well. I think a lot of people. I mean, I've been in the field a long time, and I think what happens is I've seen it myself. Everything's the same, repetitive. It's over and over again. There's nothing. It's how people introduce themselves, how people conduct themselves, and even ones that antagonise. It's all done the same way. It needs to be different. And what's happening as well? People are seeing this and thinking it's the way to come forward, so they copy as well. So we're not gaining ground because they're not doing anything different.
The voice. Don't get me wrong. When we first started it, I was quite bad for it. I would ask one question straight after another, and then somebody says to me, "No, I think it was GSI." It says, "You need to give Spirit time to answer."
React. Yeah.
And then the penny dropped. I thought, right, well, true enough, because some of your early investigations were a mess, and it was bang, 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 bang. So it says, "No, you need to slow down, give Spirit." And I thought, well, if you're having a conversation with somebody in the physical, and you say you need to give them time to answer you.
Exactly. Plus, as well, it's like being an international phone call. There's going to be a few seconds delay there as well.
Aye, but you see, I was just a novice. I think I'd watched too many ghost shows. Do you know what I mean? And so you start, but then you develop your own kind of way of working after a while. You
Yeah,
know,
you
as
do.
you say,
Yeah.
a lot of people are quite repetitive and what have you, and a lot go in with this big ego on their shoulders. Spirit can pick up on that.
Yeah.
You know, you get these wannabe celebs, shall we say, and they'll go in and say, well, tonight we're in Donningham Castle and I'm going to be doing this and all the rest of it. And Spirit think, you're a cabbage. I'm not talking to you. Basically. But then you get some other wee guy just coming in and just says hello. You know, if there's anybody here, I hope you're doing okay. So I'm going to talk to him.
I think you're right. You're right there, because I mean, you talk to people who've done it for donkey's years, and like I say, they've done it. It's all the same. It's like a script, and never changes. And like you say, get somebody, Joe Blogs off the street, and he goes in talking like he would in a supermarket to a general person, blah blah blah. Treat him like a human being, as the way whether physical. Use the same mannerisms, same speech style, and that kind of stuff. Don't try to be too fake about it. And I think you'll get more response.
I mean, my old flat was, I think it was a young guy who used to previously lived there, and there was things happened in the house. I could, you know, remote get moved, key get moved, and stuff like that. But I'd go to the stage, and I lived myself, and I would come in for work and talk to him. That's me. And what a day I've had today. You'll never guess what happened. Or in the morning, say, right, I'm off to work. I'll see you when I come in. Basically. And folk would probably think I was nuts, you know. But you would talk if he was sitting, right, I'll see you the night when I come in. I finish about 5. So, you know, and you go in a lot better like that. Binley Phantom Seekers Welcomes in. We promote everyone, collaborate with teams all over the UK. At one point, we had 8 or 9 teammates. It didn't work out. Now we have 3 full time, and we work so well. That is true. We did have too many people, and it was just too much hassle. You know, too many banging heads together and try to organise things. Sometimes was, you know, a week in the jail. You know,
so overcomplicate things.
Aye, and everybody was stressing out. I knew there's only 3 here, Laura, Sarah, and myself, and we just do our own thing. And we've come on. Sounds boasted. It's not like sound boasted, but it's come on kind of leaps and bounds. You know what I mean? And there's less. You know, small teams are the best. They are, because there's less hassle, and you can organise things better. I mean, when we had the big team, try to organise an investigation was a nightmare at times, because maybe 5 folk would be free and 4 wouldn't.
Yeah. And it's not just that as well. I think we have too many people. It's hard to control the environment as well. When there's less of you, you've got more chance to control the environment. So if you do get anything, you've got more, you've got less restrictions. Rather than 22 people in a place at once, someone's bound to be moving or talking at some point, and it basically dilutes the evidence.
Whereas, you know, you say us 3 go investigating. When we've not done that forever. The last investigation we had was really, really weird, but it was on the page. But you got a lot more time just to sit, concentrate, and be yourself.
Yeah.
And laid back. And Spirit pick up on this. If you're more laid back, they realise this. They're no daft. You know what I mean? I'm actually watching the time. Actually, quite 45 minutes, because I want to talk about. So, Proud to be Paranormal is July the. You've got to shoot me, because I'm going to get a date rang into 20. I want to say 20 something. It's in July.
You give me a cough back now. Pardon me. Yes, Proud to Paranormal Day this year is the 26th of July, which is a Saturday again. Yeah, it's between 25 and 27.
25. I was actually going to say 27th actually, but I thought no.
That was last year, because I didn't put that. I tried to keep it around about the same time, so it's get your t-shirts out, it shows your orbs basically, and hashtag, get those pictures out on social media with the hashtag Proud to be Paranormal. And like I said, it's not just for UK, it's worldwide. It don't matter whereabouts on the planet you live, you're welcome to participate.
Exactly. So get in touch with Barry. Anybody wants to find out about Proud to be Paranormal, I want you. We are going to come over. I was coming over here next month. She just says, it sounds like she stays Mouse. She stays she's from the east side of Scotland, but she's not right, you know.
I
we
do
go
want
west.
to visit Scotland. I must admit, I do want to visit.
See the amount of people. I mean, Debbie Eisen on last night. She was talking about she wants to come up, so we're going to try and arrange it. She's going to come up as well. The amount of people say, "Oh, I want to come up. I want to visit Scotland." Everybody wants to come here, so you're totally welcome here anytime you want, Barry, as long as you don't bring the Black Plague with you, like what you've got now.
I'll wear a plague mask. How's that?
Aye, the big snout one.
The big bird mask. Yeah.
So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, I say I'm really going to keep you for a now because you're under the weather, was the All Things Paranormal.
My show, yes.
Your show.
Frankishly speaking, All Things Paranormal is my show on Roku TV on the Ghost Planet Network. It's basically, I did the original shows on StreamYard during COVID, and basically talking to people like we're doing now, talking to guests and things, asking about their experiences. But now I've gone visual, and I have the first episode, which I did some time ago, actually, I'll be honest with you, and I interviewed Carol from East Driving Pontefract, and the next episode, which is going to be going out any day now, actually, it's all been edited and everything, and that is I'm actually interviewing the CEO of Ghost Planet Network, with the actual owner of the channel itself, Neil Packer, and I'm interviewing him about whys, what's, where's, and when's, and what next. And it's an interesting, fascinating watch, actually. I'm being biased, but there's a lot of things in the pipeline which Neil will tell you about.
I imagine it will be an interesting watch because, also we've had you on the show a few times, and if I didn't like you, I wouldn't have you back, basically. But you are.
The difference between my new show as well is it's not done on the internet. It's not done like StreamYard or like we're doing now. No respect to anybody who uses it, because I still use it. But I'm actually on location. So every episode will be somewhere a different location.
Right, so it could be, like East Drive, it could be like a Kirkyard or a Castle.
Did East Drive, actually at the location itself, the Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre. I'm looking at castles, I'm looking at estate houses, everywhere. If it's got an experience, if it's got a story, and people are willing to share that story, I'm willing to interview you.
All right. I might let you interview me being an ambassador and that.
Yeah, you'll have to get one of big fancy coats as well, like mares and things, like gold chain.
Oh no, I don't do big coats. I do hoodies. That's my English accent coming out there. I don't know whereabouts in England it's meant to be, but don't do big coats. The Bolton area is that. No, don't do big coats. I do hoodies and hats.
That's as bad as my Scottish accent.
Have you got a Scottish accent, actually?
A wee bit.
A wee bit. You got a wee bit.
Just a wee bit.
My Scottish accent. My Scottish accent's totally crap, I'll be honest with you.
I'm supposed to be Yorkshireman. My Yorkshire accent's disappeared long time ago.
Is that where you're originally from?
I'm originally from Yorkshire, yeah, I'm a Yorkshireman.
You wouldn't think it listening to you.
I'm a well-travelled Yorkshireman.
So, your All Things Paranormal, how did that come about? What gave you the kind of idea?
It's always I named it after my surname, Frankish. It's basically Frankishly speaking, All Things Paranormal. General Chinwag, a bit of a talk. And that's where I'm going at the moment. I'm going less investigation, and I'm more, I want to know where's and why's and talk to people about their experiences. And so I'm phasing out my investigation side of things, and I want to know about your experiences. Anybody listening, anybody watching, and locations. You may have a location. You may live in an haunted location, work in an haunted location. You may experience a place every day. Things have happened. If you've got a story to tell, like I said, I'm willing to interview you and put it on Ghost Planet Network.
See, it's good to sort of branch out, to try new things. Yeah. I think you've got to. I think there comes a point. I mean, I love doing these shows. I really do, and we love investigating. Tracy's saying you still got a Yorkshire accent, Barry.
It's like I said, my accent is well travelled. It's from Yorkshire, West Yorkshire, South Yorkshire. Now living in Warwickshire. It's got a shoe in it, so
It's kind of.
yeah.
I love doing these shows. We've made so many good friends, yourself included. I need to say
Exactly.
that because you're on. You know what I mean? But there comes a time you think, right, what can I do? It's not that you're trying to stand out for the crowd or look at me, we're special, we're doing something different.
That's right.
To me, you think, right, what can we do? What else can we do? We've done all the shows. We're still going to continue it. We've done investigations. Is there anywhere else we can? So that's how this year we're cutting down our investigations. Our Wallace trail's got off to a good start. We're going to be working episode 5.
Yeah.
So we're going to be concentrating on no big documentaries, but the documentary side, history-wise, CRA's asked us to do to make one for Edinburgh. But the lesser known Edinburgh, old souls in Edinburgh, do the big fancy places and stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what about my first book. That's what I'm based on, and they basically look at the lesser known side of paranormal. And like you mentioned, I think what's happened now with locations, they've been overdone. There's nothing new coming up, and when things do come up, they've got dubious backstories to them, so you don't know you don't know if they are genuine or not. And what I'm doing now, I am phasing out. Like I said, I'm phasing out the investigation side of it. I'm becoming more of a. I want to know a bit like we used to do on the old Great British Ghost TV show, which I used to love that program. And talk to people, go to locations where there's paranormal activity being accounted for, but talk to the witnesses, talk to people who work there, talk to people who I've had just basically strangest things happen to them, and just people off the streets basically. And it could be anybody. It don't have to be somebody who's famous or anything like that. I mean, Mrs. Miggins, who works in a pie shop, she can have a story just as good as somebody who's been on TV every year.
That's no, you're totally. Island saying what's happened in my home, so maybe Island should get in touch with your good self and have a wee chat. No, you're totally spot on. Can we just anybody off the street? We had an idea, I think it was last year, a couple of years ago, about doing it in Glasgow. It never came about, but recently I've been talking about again is just going out and approaching people in the street. Just say to them, look, I'm not selling anything. That's the first thing you say, but I'm not selling anything. You don't need to sponsor a dolphin or a grey seagull or anything like that.
You got the bug glazing.
And just seeing, because as you said earlier on, I've spoken to a couple of people. I'll give a quick example for a page comments up. In our old house, we had darkness, and the guys came out to fix it. And their kind of gaffer, their boss man, he came out to do the inspection. So the day he came out, I had the backdrop and everything set up in the small room. So he says, that room's fine. Can I see this other room? And he saw the backdrop. And he said, what's that? So I told him what we do. And I just realised what we were talking about earlier on. He says, I'm right into that. When did you start that? And this was a housing inspector.
Yeah.
And it happened twice because when we moved house, we had to get the house inspected so we were free to move back. And there was a young lassie that came out and the backdrop was still up. And she said, I love all that kind of stuff. My mum loves it as well. And she ended up joining the group.
Yeah, I get people talking to me even through work. I get people talking to me about things, and people know what starts with like what I do and stuff. And I've got another story. Got another story for you. Up.So's got basically. I've been given phone numbers for locations I can been invited to. Even there's one I've been given to as like a nail boutique. People's nails, and that's things happen. And I've been given that as a place if you want to look into it, investigate into it.
See, anyway, I'll stick these comments up. Eileen comes spend the night in my house. Dog, cats, rabbits have long gone to Rainbow Bridge, but they are all here, all of them. T's our daughter. She stays with Laura quite a few times. She's witnessed stuff in the house. Or my spirit cat comes often. I think they're having a conversation amongst themselves, actually.
Mm.
He went, it was an orange flash, a tabby in black left. I think that's the other thing with parrot. People think you have to go to a graveyard or a castle or something, you know, an ancient building. For a brand new Morrison's could be haunted. Or,
Exactly.
you know, whatever. It could be
My,
a bus shelter.
I've got a perfect prime example of that as well, because when I did Doncaster, my daughter, she used to, for Duke of Edinburgh Award, she volunteered in a charity shop. And now the charity shop she worked in originally, they did have activity in the back room, and lights going on and off, noises and things like that. But I think we call him Frank. And it wasn't malicious or anything, but you think if anywhere is going to have some paranormal history, you imagine charity shops. I mean, you're getting donations from house clearances and things like that. You don't know about the history of the items being brought in. Mm-hmm. So if anywhere is going to be looking at paranormal history, you want to look at charity shops. Like I said, a lot of them are house clearance where people have unfortunately passed away, and the worldly possessions have gone to new places to be sold at cheap prices. I mean, people, these are people's prized possessions as well.
It's no, that's true enough. Weird stuff happens in my house; it becomes quite normal to me. You see, I get what Tracy means. In my old flat with the stuff that happened, you know, it might have freaked some people out, but it just became an everyday thing for me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, another example is I had loads of Buddhas in the flat, and I was kind of OCD with the Buddhas. They were all placed in a different position, which I think they're meant to be. But I could tell if one had moved or whatever. And I would come in for work and I would notice that a Buddha had moved.
Yeah.
No, I stayed myself, didn't have any pets, so I couldn't blame it in the cat or anything. I didn't have to sod all. But I knew that Buddha had moved.
Yeah.
You know, and it didn't freak me out. I would just say, we're going to leave my Buddhas alone. We've already had this discussion. I'm not telling you again. Leave them. You know,
I had a weird one a while back, a couple of years back now, with a safe key. And when I first moved here, I've got a little safe. I've still got a safe, and I keep my paperwork in it, driving documents and stuff and whatever. And I thought I need to send my DVLA details across to the insurance people, to the car insurance people, to let them know I've moved address. So I thought I need to get into my safe. Now I carry a bunch of keys around with me. Got my bunch of keys. I thought my safe key's not on my bunch of keys. Which the safe key was a small one, it was a double-headed key, and so it's quite distinctive. And I thought, I've got no way my keys, but my other key was in my safe. Keep it secret, keep it safe, ironically. And I couldn't get into it. So my partner Ames, I let her break into it. She actually got into it and destroyed it, mind you, but she got into it. So I did my paperwork documentation and blah blah blah. Long story short, about a week or so later, we're changing the bedding on the bed. No change, no different there. I replaced my safe for a new safe, and come back that night from work, and my safe key was on the end of the bed. The old safe key. I'm actually sat on the end of the bed.
See, a lot of people would probably laugh at that and say you're talking crap.
Yeah,
you know.
I know. I had to buy a new safe because of it.
But it does happen. I mean, in my old flat, I was a creature of habit. As soon as I turned the telly off, I've told this story before, but the TV remote, I would place it in front of the telly.
Yeah.
On the unit every night without fail, place it there. One time I went to turn the TV on and the remote wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I hunted everywhere. I could not find the remote. Again, I love myself. I could not find the remote. And my living room, you could look right through the bedroom, and it must have been, I don't know, I gave up looking for it. I don't know where the hell it is. I was sitting, and my bed was maybe about a foot off the ground, something like that, foot and a half off the ground. And I noticed something black on the floor, underneath in the middle, underneath the bed. I thought, what the hell's that? So I went and it was the remote. And I told people about this, and they said, you must have put it there yourself. I said, why would I put my TV remote halfway underneath my bed?
Yeah, it's like me with my safe key. I mean, if you change the bed and everything, I went to work, come back in the evening, it sat on the end of the bed. I thought, there was only two of us in my house, and we were both, none of us were in. And it's crazy. It's when my safe key, where it wasn't where I left it, and it was when I changed the bedding on my bed, I looked everywhere anyhow. It wasn't there. Distinctive was not there. And
and people would think we're crazy, but I think it has to happen to you first before you know.
Because I questioned myself. I thought, I know my keys normally on my bunch, and it's a decent sized bunch. It wouldn't just come off. And to me, I just put it down as something I must have lost it or something. Something's happened to it. So I basically replaced it, changed the bed in my bed, went to bed usual kind of stuff. Come back from work, it sat there. I thought that definitely was not there. And I know I'm a bit absent-minded sometimes, but I thought it wasn't.
It'd be a weird place to put it, the edge of your bed. If you'd found it in a drawer or a cupboard or something, or top of the microwave, so maybe I put it. But
even the fridge, even inside the fridge, yeah.
I checked the fridge through the remote and all. I gave up. I just don't know where it is. I've got to stick these comments up before we wind it up. I've got 4 or 5 here. Just getting used to people don't come. My dog, 2 cats, 2 of my rabbits are here. Scott's daughter stays off, and you see that's Shelley, that's you, that's Daisy. I ain't enjoying lifted off the door handle of my bedroom, ended up laying on the foot of my little table while I was sleeping. I have to ask for things to be returned. Disappears of laptop, TV. Love little white fair. I've had that. I don't know if you've had experience with these, Barry. I've had experience with the feathers. I lost my bank card for months. Scott will verify this. He searched the car. I searched the house. Nobody to be found. All of a sudden, there it was on the coffee. I remember that. She did. Could not find that bank card anywhere. Laura's in your car quite a wee bit. I searched the entire car, everything, and then it just appeared on the coffee table.
Yeah.
You know, it's got a cat walking over me in the bed, saw it several times. So, and as these things that make it more bizarre, but as I say, I think it needs to happen to you first before something. Yeah. It needs to happen to somebody. Before they would actually believe it.
Yeah, because if you're a participant of it, it happens to you. You think, where the hell did I put it? I just didn't know where I'd left it, and it's like anything. I thought I know put it there, and you come back. So you put it, even when you're a bit. When you come in, you put it down subconsciously in a certain area or something. You know where you're putting it. And it's like when I go out, I put my wallet in my left pocket, my keys in my right pocket. It's always been that way. But when it comes to stuff like that, you think, I know where I left it, but you question yourself all the time. So did I put it there? And I would definitely find it in a place you'd know you'd never put it.
Aye. Like I say, see the remote happy underneath the bed. There's just no reason I would put my remote underneath the bed at the roads. And even keys wise, just before we wind up, my dad always told me you put the key in and you turn it 1/4 to the left to stop it coming out. And I was a creature of habit with that as well. I'd get into a flat, and even if I knew I was going back out, could be half an hour, whatever, I would always lock the door and turn the key 1 to the left. But I remember one morning, I came home one night and done my usual. One morning I went to go to work and the keys were not in the door. Correct. Where's my keys? Because it was the first thing I did, open the door and just put the keys straight in.
Yeah.
And they were sitting on the coffee table. And there's no way I would put my keys on because it was like automatic thinking, open the door, key in. 1 to the left, right, that's me done. I could not find them. I noticed them in the coffee table. Hey, guys, love listening to you, Barry. Don't leave it as long the next time. That's you told.
Definitely not.
That's him being told. She loves listening to you. See what I mean, Barry? What we said earlier on. But we will wind up here because I know you're a bit under the weather with the Black Plague.
Yeah, got a Black Death. That's it. Got a Black Death.
And my cough's developing as well.
You've got it now. You've got it now.
I've got it now. But hold on, you have to make him off. So where can people find you?
Here. I'm right here. Right. People can find me, contact me, Facebook, BRF Paranormal, or my own personal profile, Barry R. Frankish. I am on Instagram, which I don't use as much, but it's Facebook related. I've also got a TikTok account, which I put bits on there. You can message me if you'd like to be a part of one of my shows, or you've got a story, an history. Paranormal. If you want to be an ambassador if you're watching from a country what we haven't got I've not been participating yet. Mexico, somewhere like that. Come and join us. It doesn't matter where on this planet you are. If you're paranormal based, if paranormal influences, you just join us on the Saturday, the 26th of July. Proud to be Paranormal Day, Worldwide Paranormal T-shirt Day. Get your T-shirt on, show us your orbs. Hashtag Proud to be Paranormal. That's the one.
Excellent. So,
and it's not just a 1 year wonder. This is the third year, and it's going to get stronger and bigger. And the amount of countries what get involved is phenomenal. It just shows we're all in it for the same reason, because we're proud of what we do and who we are.
You must be proud of it as well, Barry, because take a hat off to you. It started for nothing, and this is the third year, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and it's your baby basically.
It is, yeah. Because I'm thinking about it. I mean, behind a Paranormal with my little group, but I think I do. I mean, Proud to be Paranormal is my thing now, and I want it to become. I want it to become like a second nature to everybody else. I mean, it's not about likes and subscribes and stuff like that. If you're enjoying what you're doing it right. You're not doing it for the wrong reasons. Be proud of that.
Exactly. Don't get me wrong. There are nights we no doubt you've done it as well. We've been out and you think, I could just be going home.
And it's also making awareness of certain charities as well. That's what I like to do about it as well.
So, I mean, that's off to you, Barry. You're doing an amazing job with it, and as bringing the paranormal world, shall we say, closer together. And
yeah, I want to make it. I want to get rid of those, like, as we know, the planet Earth has boundaries. It's got walls. It's got countries. It's got divides. I don't want a paranormal world to be like that. It's one world, and there's no boundaries, no fences. We're all in it for the same reason. And
you just took the words out of my mouth. I'm just going to say we're all in it for the same reason. You took the words right out my gob. But we'll wind it up there, folks. I'll hold on. You just after we come up for a wee second or two. But so a big thanks to Barry for coming. You will be seeing him again, and there won't be such a big gap next time. I do promise. Definitely not. It's far too long. But you know what happens? Life gets in the way. A week turns into a month. I've not spoken to so and so for ages, and there's that many people you want to reconnect with, and then you say that we're going to do it, and then something else turns up, and but it won't be so long. So that's it for tonight. We're back tomorrow night. I'm back with little Tracy there, and this lady here when we were talking about Catherine of Aragon and Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn is probably, to me, Henry VIII's most controversial, most famous. No disrespect to the rest of them, but
it's not just that as well. She was executed on the 13th of February, which she just gone.
Aye, and she was innocent.
Yeah. Yes.
But we should dive deeper into that. I don't know what makes her so. It's just the whole. She seems to be the most controversial of all his wives, See, always different wives have their own story to tell, and but I don't know. It's just Anne seems to have impacted even to this day. History more than the rest of them. But however, that's it tomorrow night. We're going to say good night just now, folks. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll talk to you very soon. All right. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.